I just found out my mom had a secret baby 2 years ago. Now she's begging me not to tell anyone. Well, stick around to the end so you know what exactly happened when Dad found out. This situation is really messing with my head. And at this point, my own mother and grandmother are near enough attempting to bribe me to stay quiet. So, I'm a 20-year-old female, and I'm one of 4, or so I believed until a few days ago. There's me, my twin brother Eddie, and 2 older half-siblings, Ruben and Grace. Ruben is my mom's first child, and Grace is my dad's first also. So, around 2 years ago, our grandmother on my mom's side had cancer, and Mom went and moved in with her for a while to help care for her. We did not see her throughout this whole time, as my grandmother lives halfway across the country. Plus, at the time, I and my brother were busy with last year of school, and Ruben was staying with his dad in England, so nobody could go out to visit. Not even Dad to see his wife because he was really busy with work himself. Mom was gone for a total of 6 months, and when she got back, she changed. She seemed very sad, and would constantly be all over me and my brother. I assume she just missed us while she was gone. Well, 2 years passed since then, and on a visit home when doing things around the house, I knocked over Mom's handbag and everything fell out. Naturally, I went to clean it up, but in my mom's wallet there was a picture sticking out, with her and a newborn baby in a hospital bed. I was confused at first and thought maybe it was her with me or one of my brothers as a baby, but it was dated from the time she was away with Grandma. I ended up confronting my mom about it, and she froze at first, but then tried brushing me off and changing the subject, but I would not allow it. I wanted to know why she was in a hospital bed with a baby around the time she was gone. Either she'd tell me or I showed Dad. That's when she started crying. Told me everything. She had an affair with another man that's not my dad. She started her affair in 2018, got knocked up in 2019, and gave birth in early 2020. I have a baby brother. She had a secret baby and nobody noticed. My gran knew and covered for her. She never had cancer, she just lied about the chemo and surgeries. How could I be so stupid? I'm so angry with her. I asked her about the pregnancy and the other man. Turns out she did not go to my gran's to have the baby, but just the other end of town to her affair partner's house, and just did not leave his house, and what's worse is that he, affair partner, was 24 at the time with 2 kids already, but at least he was single. She stayed with her affair partner and his children while going through her pregnancy, and left the baby with him. I asked more about this man, looked him up, and I know him. He's the son of a family friend, and I've seen him around town with my baby brother, and didn't even know it. I've not been doing so well since finding all this out. My mom keeps trying to talk to me, but I either lock her out of the room that I'm in or be around my dad so she can't talk about it. And whenever she does get a chance to talk to me, she does whatever she can to try to keep me quiet. Even tried bribing me with some money or shopping trips, and even got my gran to try to guilt trip me. I don't know what to do. Does anyone have experience with stuff like this? Any advice they can give me? Do I reach out to this man and ask about my brother? Do I tell my dad? I don't even know if she's still continuing the affair or if she's in my brother's life at all. What's up, guys? Mr. Reddito here. This story is a crazy, sticky situation. I hope you're having a good day so far. Just so you know, there's 2 full updates with this story that fully concludes everything. If you're not subscribed to the channel, take a second right now and click that subscribe button located directly under this video, as it's the best way to support me. And here is update number 1. Hello. If you don't know what the issue was, then the story's linked above. So, Those who DM'd me and my friends I've spoken with all told me to tell my dad. And that's what I did. At first, he was in complete and utter denial, and even when I showed him the picture of my mom with the secret baby, and used the text my mom and Gran sent me as proof, I've never seen him cry before. Ever. Not even when my uncle died a few years ago, I never saw him shed a tear. Eventually, my mom came home, and my dad, he just started screaming and shouting at her. It was awful. I showed everything to my brothers and sister, and my half-sister actually got into a physical fight with my mom. I felt so guilty about saying all this. Mom has gone to Grandma's, neither of my brothers are talking to her, and when it got out who my mom's affair partner was, my mom's friend group kinda disowned her, in a way as he's 26, and the son of her close friend who already had children. I wish I could just go back to not knowing about any of this. I don't think my family will ever recover. My older half-brother, he's in England, and is adamant on staying there. My brother's angry with Mom, and is not speaking to her either. Dad, well, he's just crying and saying he's going to hire a cutthroat lawyer to divorce my mother, and Mom's distraught, blaming me but is demanding I talk to her, as she doesn't want to lose any more of her children. Final update 60 days later. Hello folks, me again. Quite a few things have happened since my last update, so I figured I'd post one last time. The situation I feel and am hoping is coming to a close. My parents, they're divorced, or actually divorcing. My dad filed not so long after he found out about the baby. Mom tried to convince him not to, but it was an utter failure. My brothers still won't talk to her, and my half-sister still hates her guts. Doesn't regret hitting my mom, and I'm still feeling guilty for starting all this. Not as much as I did, but still not great. My dad wanted to know what her affair partner had to say for himself, and I went with him to hear what he had to say too, and to calm my dad down in case he would get violent. When we arrived on his doorstep, he looked as if he was expecting this would happen. I got to actually meet my little brother and spend time with him while we're there. Turns out, my mom was originally planning to play the baby off as my dad's, but her affair partner wanted to be in his child's life, and would expose their affair. Mom's plans would not have worked as the baby very clearly looks nothing like my dad or mom, who are both pale with blonde hair. And my baby brother has pure black hair and an olive skin tone like his dad. Okay, on to the affair. The affair partner told us that our mom told him that my folks were in an open marriage. A sort of don't ask, don't tell thing, so just went along with it. And did not find out she was lying until much later, when Mom was already pregnant, and he showed us texts between them confirming that he thought it was fine to meet up with Mom for sex. My dad broke down, in tears of course, on this guy's couch. And I watched this man comfort my dad. This man had felt so guilty about lying to my dad's face from when they'd see each other around town or at friends' barbecues, but I did not want to ruin our family. He then sent screenshots of the text between him and my mom to Dad to use in court against my mother, as she's trying to get what she can out of him at the moment. My relationship with Mom is still damaged, and at any time she tries to blame me, I tell her it was her own actions that caused all this, and that I will be distancing myself for a while. She pleaded with me not to do that, but I ended up blocking her like my brothers did on every social media. Since then, I've gone back to college and have a trip planned with my sister to go on a vacation to Jamaica to visit her grandma, so that's the only thing I have to look forward to these days. So, I don't know if this is karma or what. Let me know in the comment section down below if you think all this that's unraveling is because the mother kept it a secret for so long. Let's read this one comment. Imagine going to all the effort to hide a secret baby, and getting busted because you keep a date-stamped, undeniable photo in your wallet. I'm more surprised that she did not get caught sooner. Guys, I have to say I probably do agree with that. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comment section below. The next story we're going to look at, Am I the A-hole story? Am I the a-hole for my reaction when I learned that my fiance returned my wedding dress and replaced it with one that his mom picked out? Yeah, the title sounds insane because this next story is crazy. I could not believe what I was reading. Let's get right to it. My fiance, a 33 male, and I, 28 female, are getting married in December. His mom is the intrusive type, but she's nice overall, and we somewhat get along. I had to admit that wedding planning has been an absolute nightmare. His mom was not willing to agree on most things, and my fiancé said that since he's her only son, I should respect and appreciate his, quote, vision she has for the wedding and how it should be done. She insisted to come along for wedding dress shopping. I took her with me and my mom and friends. I was lucky to have found what I was looking for, but she picked a dress that she liked so much and said that, quote, she always pictured her son's bride in it. Mom and friends thought this line was creepy. I thought this dress was somewhat creepy and totally not my type. I apologized and thanked her for her, vision, but told her I'd already decided on a dress that I had envisioned myself. She got all mad because of it apparently, then must have told my fiancé because he came home in the evening ranting about how I made his mom upset and, quote, turned down her help choosing the wedding dress and excluded her from the process. I asked, what process? Duh, it's just a wedding dress. My wedding dress, so I really don't get how she would ever have a say in it at all. He got upset and said that this is the attitude of mine that we're talking about and it's not working on him or his mom. He said that I should consider the dress his mom wanted to buy, especially knowing that, quote, both dresses weren't that much different anyways. Like she said, but I told him yes, they were much different. Like, so much different. Anyways, we argued about it, then we dropped it. Yesterday, I came home and found out that he had returned my wedding dress and replaced it with the one his mom wanted. I called him and he was straightforward about what he did and why he did it. I lost it, started screaming at him. He asked me to calm down and really give this dress a chance. I refused to even listen. I screamed at him without giving him a chance to speak. He got home and we had an argument. I then went to stay with one of my friends and he just kept blowing up my phone, texting and calling, saying I'm overreacting. And it's his wedding too, so it wasn't cool how I screamed at him. He insisted, actually, I gave this dress a chance. He went on and on about how his mom has a vision and good intentions, and just wants what's best for me as her future daughter-in-law. Mom, she's livid, and has been wanting to go scream at him and his mother, but my dad said that this isn't worth ruining my relationship with the in-laws. His suggestion is I wisen up and, quote, go with the flow. But it's just too much for me to be able to pick my own dress, apparently, without being guilted about it, just to keep the peace. Am I the a-hole for my reaction? I don't know. To me, this one was easily not the a-hole. I think the husband is so far out of line. What the heck? It's his wife's wedding dress that we're talking about. Why would his mom have any say in the final decision of that? And the fact that he actually thought it was okay just blows my mind. That's a total red flag, and I think OP should reconsider this marriage. Guys, drop your thoughts about that down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. As you know, it's the hands down best way to support the channel. Thank you so much for that. I hope to see you in tomorrow's video. Have a wonderful night.